after 14 guys, but we're branching out and we take anyone. So I see a couple Korea veterans sitting in the front row. We'll be in contact with you at a time to be determined. If you know of a veteran that wants to tell the story that they've taken part in, regardless of what it is, we encourage you to get a hold of me. We do this for a couple of purposes. We do this so that the stories don't get lost. We also do this because we work with PAC 99, who's recording this. We donate copies to the public libraries and we make them available to teachers so that when teachers talk about different events that happened during our military history, if they want to try and get a first-hand account of something, they do. Obviously, Lloyd was part of the Korean conflict, the Korean War. The World War II guys, we range from the European theater to the Pacific theater. We've interviewed guys from Vietnam, a couple of more modern era things. So we encourage you, if you know someone that takes part in that, please let us know. We also ask that, I know about 2/3 of this crowd knows Lloyd already, but we also ask that you just hold questions until the end, make a mental note. We have some notes. Lloyd and I are going to go through some things. At the end, if you got questions, feel free to ask away, as long as Lloyd's good with it. And we'll get started in just a minute. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having. Yes.
We have to wait till Bruce is ready.
I am ready when you are ready.
All right. How's it going?
Good.
Good. You ready?
I've been ready for years.
All right. Talk a little bit about, before you went into the war, living in Peterborough, what it was like.
Well, when I went in the service, I was getting near the draft age, and I didn't want to go in the Army. So I decided to join the Air Force. I had two brothers. I was 21, Tom was 19, and Mike was 17. They decided they were going to go in the Air Force with me. Of course, Mike had to get Ma to sign for him because he was only 17. At that same time, Eddie Bryant and Sammy Bread joined at the same time we did. So there was 5 of us here from Peterborough. My mother and dad lived right across the road. At that time, and I never thought about it till many years later. We went in November. And how it must have been feeling for them to have Christmas without the kids there. But I never thought about that till many years later. But Peterborough was home of a lovely lady I met. I was a little older than she was, but she was kind of the love of my life. So when I come back from Korea, I went AWOL and asked to marry me.
A few things happened in between those two moments, I'm guessing.
Between those two.
When you enlisted, you all enlisted on the same day?
Yes.
Okay. Did you plan that?
No, it just happened 19th of November.
Okay. And it kind of became a big deal. Obviously, you all got your photo taken a few times because the first place you...
Quite a few. There was mine.
yeah, this is his mom and father holding the pictures. Wait, that was December when you left then? Oh, no, the year after. That's 52.
Well, we went in 51 to 55.
Your first assignment was you go to basic training at Sampson Air Force Base.
Sampson Air Base was where we took our basic training.
And what was that?
That was rough because you didn't get your own say. You did as they told you to do. Anybody who's ever been in the service knows basic training is tough.
How long was basic training? Do you remember?
8 weeks, I think.
Did you get any specialized training there, or just kind of?
No, just learn to behave.
It took 8 weeks to learn to behave.
Say yes, sir.
Okay. When you went to Sampson Air Force Base with the other 4 guys you enlisted with, your 2
Oh,
brothers?
yes.
And did you all go to the same place after that? What was your next place you went after Sampson Air Force Base?
After Sampson Air Base, and I was sent to Denver, Colorado for gunnery training.
Okay. And what was gunnery training? Explain that.
Gunnery training was 50 caliber guns,
Okay. Inside the plane or?
both.
Okay.
But we didn't take any flying lessons until we went from, that was just gunnery out there, with just strictly guns. I don't remember the length of the schooling, but it was quite serious about it.
And what did the training entail? Would you literally just sit at a gun and aim at something and shoot?
You learned how to take the gun apart, clean it, take care of it, put it back where it belonged, and said, yes, sir.
Well, you had good training with that prior to.
Very good.
Right. So you were at Langley in between there, or did you go straight to Denver?
No, we went from Sampson Air Base to Denver.
Okay. And then,
I went to Langley Field for flight training.
okay.
Then you learned how, you knew all about your guns then. But you worked on the plane, in and out of the plane. Learned how to shoot, how to use your guns and all.
Okay, did Mike or did Tom or Sam or, I'm sorry, I forgot the last gentleman's name, did they go to Denver with you?
No.
No, so you're on your own at this point.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about let's talk about Mike, because that's a funny story, but,
Mike was the youngest one. And Sampson Air Base, you did as they told you to do. And we had a fire drill, 1 o'clock in the morning. And you better put some clothes on and get out of the barracks. And get in formation out there. First sergeant come out and he looked and there's one missing. Back in the barracks, hollered at Mike. Said, you ain't out there for formation. Mike said I was tired. And he let him go. And knew I know us wouldn't have got away with it. Mike did.
what did Mike do after he got done with basic? What was his job?
He had a very important job in the Air Force. He said, I joined to get in photography. And they tried to line him up with different things. He said, nope. I joined to be in photography, and I want to learn photography. And he finally got his request. And they give him a job in Germany with a ladies' sport team. Couldn't ask for any more. Mike ended up with a bunch of ladies.
What about your other brother?
And then Tom, he went to Texas in electrical, but he didn't stay long. He didn't like the service at all. And he got his grandfather okay to help him get out of the service, go help him on the farm.
And the other 2 guys, Sam and
Eddie Bryant,
Eddie?
Eddie Bryant ended up as a chauffeur.
Okay.
He was mainly around Washington most of the time. And Sammy was in telephone. And when I was in Korea, he used to call me every Saturday. We had quite a visit every Saturday. He was up in Seoul, near Seoul. We were down in Busan. You didn't get to see one another, just visit on the phone.
They told you you were allowed to talk to your mom but you weren't allowed to talk to your future bride. You want to explain why that
The
was?
only thing, when you got ready to go overseas, in the gunnery, they didn't want you getting involved with a woman. And the main reason was anything could happen to any one of us. And they didn't want anybody getting hurt that way, so they said, do not get involved. You can talk to your mother, write letters to your mother, but don't get involved.
Why you
Because
back
if anything happens, a lot of people are hurt. So,
So, going back to training, you're at Langley. You got a story from Langley about coming home? Briefly? To Griffiths? You flew home from Virginia to Rome to bring a sick fellow to
oh, that one, yes. When I was down in Smithfield, we had a fellow that was, his mother was very, very sick, and they were giving him the okay to leave and go home. But it was gonna take time to get him home. So, the captain of the outfit said, why don't we fly up? The pilot needs a few more hours of training. And they called me in and they said, well, you live up in that area, why don't you ride right seat? I said, fine, that'll be all right with me. So I rode right seat, and we flew the guy up to Rome Air Base. And while I was up there, he and I, the pilot and I had talked about it. While I was up there, he said, well, find out whereabouts it was that you lived. I said, all right. So we decided to fly down that way, come to Route 20 up by Romars, and then turn right north. You go right by the house. He said, all right, we'll do that. So anyway, I called home. I talked to Wilma. And I told her we were going to be flying over the house. So, come around by Romars. Lowered her down a little bit. Quite a little bit. And we Mom and Dad out there watching us. He flew right over the house, which is right across the road, right over the house, and then he said up airfield down there, with Canastota.
Yep.
So he swung around this way, and he come down just about tree level behind the school there. And Dad and Wilma were watching me, and Maud Dorrance lived across the road. She come running out of the house, and she said, "That bastard's gonna blow every house window in this house out." Well, Dad thought that was the funniest thing he ever heard. Well, then her family was doing hay up on George Bot's place. So he kept the plane going right that way. And George jumped off of the top of that load of hay and jumped under the wagon. They wasn't going to get in. So that was just one of the foolish little trips we had.
Flyboys being flyboys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, talk a little bit about what training in Langley was like. You actually had to learn to fly there, correct?
Yeah, we weren't pilots.
Right.
We never flew the plane.
But you had to know how to.
You had to know how to do it. And you'd get selected every now and then instead of sitting in the gunner's seat. If you were going just on a strictly a bomb mission, navigator bombardier sat in the nose of the plane, and we rode right seat. And you had to know all about the plane, in case your pilot something happened to him.
Were you a fan of flying or no?
I didn't want to fly when I went in, but I loved it,
Really?
yes.
What about it did you enjoy?
I don't know.
How often did you fly that? In Langley, you actually flew that, you had to fly in formation, correct?
Oh, yeah, we flew a lot in formation, yes.
When you were in Langley, is that where you started to learn the gunning process too? the
Oh,
tail
yes.
gunning? And talk a little bit about what that training was like. They put you up in the air, did they have targets they wanted you to hit?
We had targets, and when you was in the formation, you'd break away, so one would, after another, would hit the same target. And we had in our group twin brothers. One of them didn't pull up and went down and killed himself. His twin brother was in the next plane and saw it all happen. It was kind of a tough training. But it was very, had a lot to do with your gunnery.
You talked a little bit before about there was an island off the base.
Mhm.
That was just more or less a shooting point.
Yeah.
You just you aimed for that, and that's how you
That's
shot.
all, yeah.
You remember how long you were there? Or no?
Langley got to be home.
Okay.
We went from there to Reno and then Japan and then Korea.
Let's talk real quick about Reno then. What was Reno?
Reno was survival training.
Which was
You take your pilot, your navigator, and your gunner, 3 people, put a backpack on them, so you kept warm. And you were here, and 11 days from now, you'll be down there. You found your own food, survived with what you did in case you had an airplane accident. They were looking for you.
explain that a little bit. Who was looking for you?
Well, it would have been the enemy.
Right, but in this training purpose, they actually have people in the forest that are hunting.
In the forest that are hunting you. And we had a navigator that was very, very good. Very good. Knowing where them people might be. And he was a great man for hunting. And we didn't go hungry because we ate, if you can believe it, raccoon one day. But there was a few things that he got that were, they were edible.
And you were there for just a short period?
Yeah, just a short time, yeah.
What happened if you were caught? Do you know what would have happened? Would you have to restart or?
That would probably restart, and probably have to do it over again.
Battery's going.
Oh, hang on just a second. You didn't have the technology problems we have today. Okay.
There's survival training.
That's survival training. So from survival training, where'd you go next?
And from survival training, then you went to San Francisco and waited for a plane to take you to Japan.
Okay.
And Japan was just a waiting period.
This is the actual plane you flew
Yep.
to Japan on. And I'm sure it had all the commercial comforts.
Oh, it sure did.
And when you, this is actually some photos you took from your time in Japan. You're only there for a few days, correct?
2 days, waiting until you're got to go to Korea.
Okay.
When your turn come up, you went.
Okay. And your first base in Korea was?
K1, which is down, actually you call it east or west, but it was actually south. We always called it south, southern Korea.
Okay. And what did you do there?
Then K1, you just
Sat and
go out
waited?
of there and sat and waited. Then I got moved to K9, which was closer to their place. Closer
Did you do training at K1?
to, oh, you were training all the time.
Training all the time.
All the
What kind of training at K1? Were you flying up in the air, or were you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you got to Korea, you were flying. You might be assigned to a pilot and navigator and fly with them, or they may just put you with another group that doesn't have a gunner.
Okay. Did you fly mostly with the same group of guys, or no?
No.
No. You could be assigned to
No,
anybody.
you could be assigned to anybody.
Was there pilots you trusted more than others?
Absolutely.
Was there navigators that were better than?
Navigators you trusted the most.
Okay. Okay.
We were coming back from Korea one night. We'd been up, way up in North Korea, right about on the Chinese border. And everything was working fine. You did your job, you dropped your bombs, did what shooting they had to do. And we headed back for South Korea, our home base. And the pilot said, "Okay, light them up, we're all clear." Naturally, everybody smoked. We lit them all up, and all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. Somebody saw
The light matches?
the light in there and started shooting, so I had to turn around and shoot at him. It wasn't okay to light up.
What was, your bombing missions were almost exclusively at night, correct?
Pretty much at night.
Okay. What was a typical bombing mission like? When did you find out you were gonna go? Same day, a week
Middle of the
before?
afternoon.
Middle of the
maybe.
afternoon, okay.
Yeah.
And at that time, you find out who you're flying with and who you're navigating?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, was there any preparation that you did, or did you just kind of wait and?
Well, you prepared, yes, you worked on the flight line all the time.
Okay.
If you weren't flying that time, that day, it was time for you to take the ones that were flying out to their plane
Okay.
and get them off. And we've seen a lot of things. I took a group out, pilot, navigator, and gunner. Out one time in K9. And you stand out there and you wait till they get off in the air because they're going on a bombing mission. And no more lifted off the ground and boom! The whole thing blew up. So those things you gotta watch for.
Do you know why it blew up or no?
No, they never been figured out.
This photo on the left, that was your flight uniform?
Yep.
What was that like? It looks like a big snowsuit, for lack of a better way to put it, so what was it like to wear?
It was just about like that.
It was meant to keep you warm, because I'm guessing the plane wasn't warm.
The plane wasn't warm when they opened them bomb bay doors to let them bombs out.
How many bombs would you typically drop on a mission?
Dozens.
A dozen, okay. And were they targeted towards people, places, or things?
Things.
Things, so bridges and,
Bridges, anything where they were moving their supplies.
so if they found out they were using a road, you're gonna go take out that
Oh,
road?
yeah, take out that bridge, road, whatever.
Okay, so getting back to, you're about to take off on a bombing mission, what went through your head? Did you pray?
You
Did
prayed,
think
you bet your life you
Did you think of family? Did you think of your mom and dad?
did. Absolutely,
I'll get you one here. You thought of Alice too, right?
always. Wait till I got back to ask her.
I don't blame you. So, what was your job while the plane's in the air? The pilot's flying, the navigator's navigating. What would you be doing?
You'll be watching for planes behind you.
Okay, so you're in your position.
Yeah, you're in your position and you're watching this whole area. Because your pilot's going the other way, he's watching straight ahead.
And if somebody's at the front, the navigator's then responsible for the guy in the front? There was a gun in the front of the plane, correct?
If,
If there was a gun.
if there was a gun, there wasn't too many that way.
Okay.
Ours were mostly sightseeing navigators.
Did most,
Navigators.
okay. Did most of your missions end with you shooting or not with you shooting? or-
Not with you shooting.
Not with, so normally you didn't have a lot of
No,
problems?
very little shooting,
Um,
because we hated to clean them. 50 caliber when we got back.
I suppose that's as good a reason as any. Talk a little bit about the plane itself. What was the plane like? B-26.
Plane was, you know, plane, the two engine, same idea as a B-25. B-25 had a double tail, 26 had a single tail.
Did they give it more or less control?
I would say more,
Okay.
but I'm not sure, I never flew in a 25, so I don't know. To me, I like the B-26. You could see, you had the way people were sitting, you could see every which way. And you had guns back there in case anybody bothered you.
And the gun was a little bit unique because you could shoot up or down based on how you were looking, right?
Two on the bottom and two on the top. And they were on the turret. And when you was guiding and you went up, your plane changed, your gun should change. You'd go from the bottom and your top gun would take over.
What if, were you ever, when you did a bombing mission, was it just your plane or was it a group of planes?
Usually your own.
Okay.
We have flown formation.
If you flew in formation, did you have to be cognizant of the other guy shooting?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And were you, when you went through your training, did they tell you how to do that, or did you
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of? Okay.
They trained you very good.
So if you're at the front of the formation, can you really shoot a lot if it's not straight behind, or?
Not too much.
Okay.
Not too much. If you formation, your formation was mainly bombing,
Okay.
and you go maybe 6 planes in formation, maybe 8. But when you get to this bombing area, then they split up. You take your area, and drop the bombs on whatever bridges or
How long was a typical mission?
what, 4 hours.
4 hours. 2 hours out, 2 hours back. Okay. And they were all always across the line?
Oh, yeah.
Was that the longest mission you do is 4 hours then?
That's all you had to do for, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. This is actually the bomber, this is the gunners that you were with, Kenai.
That's a different gun.
Yeah, okay. Beyond that one plane, was it common for planes not to come back? Or for the most part, everybody
No,
made it back?
most everybody made it back.
How about not turning around in your seat?
Not turning around in your seat.
That's what my,
I'm lost.
the guy that came back with a shot.
Shot in the neck?
Was he shot? I don't,
You said you were always told not to turn around in your seat, but you did.
Don't turn around
Oh.
in your seat.
yeah. When the bombs are, Bombay is open, you don't turn around there. Leave that Bombay was behind you. You're watching behind you. I don't remember it on that. My memory is about as short as my fingers.
Let's see. So this is the bomber squadron at K9, some of your friends. This is actually the B-26.
Yep.
Okay. What was the maintenance that you had to do before you went up on a mission?
Make sure your guns were loaded, make sure they were clean and all.
What about the pilot and the navigator? Did they have their own things they had to
Oh,
do?
they have their own area.
And were there mechanics that were making sure the plane was
Oh, yeah.
physically sound?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you had a good working relationship with them, because you wanted to make sure.
You
they-
better have, yeah, that's right.
So, you flew overseas, you were in Korea from when to when?
So, I got over there, I say, missed Christmas. First year we were in Sampson Air Base, of course. Then I went to Korea, I got over there in November, wasn't it?
November of 52?
November of 52. Until I was gone from home 13 months that time. But I was over in Korea 11 months. Korea itself, 11 months.
When you came home, where did you come home to? So you flew back to San Francisco?
Flew back to San Francisco, then you're on your own.
And how much leave did you have?
Of course, you had to leave, and we, guy from Maine, Donnie Brown, and I took the train home.
What was that
But
like?
it was a lot cheaper.
Got to see this country.
Took us an extra day, but you got to drink a beer that way, see?
Where you ended up in Syracuse when you got home then?
He ended up in Syracuse Airport.
Okay.
My mother picked me up with my own car. And we were coming, and she said, "Here, you might as well drive now. Where you got done with your hugging and kissing and all that." She said, "You might as well drive your car." Okay. So we come down Erie Boulevard. Finally, she said to me, "You know, I don't know what you forgot, but you just went through 3 red lights." I said, "Oh, I guess I was excited about being home. I don't know." So I started stopping for red lights.
I'm hoping you still do.
Yes.
All right, good. How long did it take you to get a hold of Alice when you got home?
Well, I got home, we had to leave, and I saw her a few times. Quite a few, I guess.
You remember the first time back where you took her?
Had to be a movie, that's the only thing we ever went to.
And you went to Hamilton, to the old theater?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you came back, when did you have to go back, and where did you have to go back?
And after my leave was over, then I was assigned to Langley Air Base,
Okay. And
which was all right because I enjoyed Langley. But during the stay in Langley, we just come back now from Korea, and they give us something to do down to Langley Field. So they handed us rakes and that, and go out and do the officers' homes. I spent 13 months come back here and rake somebody's goddamn leaves. So I said, "No, I think I'll head for home." I went home, went and got my clothes from the barracks, and headed to Peterborough.
what did you do when you came home?
Asked her to marry me.
Okay. And did she say yes?
She did.
All right. When did you get married?
We got married the 20th of March, 1954.
Okay. I'm guessing you had to get in trouble for leaving.
I snuck back. I told her, I said, "Better get back. They'll be looking for me tomorrow morning. I better get back. Get in my own bunk." So I come back, no problem, got on the base. I went and made a night of it in my own bunk. The only thing I could remember early in the morning was somebody shaking me. First sergeant said, "When you decide to get up, come on down to the office. I said, yes, sir. I thought to myself, I guess that means right now. So I went down in the office, and he said, where have you been? I said, I went home. Why'd you go home? I asked my wife to marry me, my girlfriend to marry me. When did you leave? Friday afternoon. When did you get back? Last night. He said, come on down to the office. I said, sit down in the office. I sat down, he said, God damn it. I knew where you went. I knew when you left. I knew when you got back, and you come in here and tell me the truth. What in hell am I going to do with it? So he gave me extra duty for 2 weeks cleaning his office.
What was worse, raking leaves or cleaning his office?
Cleaning his office.
Alice moved down with you after you got married. You guys stayed in
We
Langley
got
for a
married
little
20th of March, and we went to lived in Buckrow Beach.
bit. And what was that like?
Buckrow Beach was a very good place to go swimming now. Not in March, naturally, but when it got better. And it was always something down there at Buckrow Beach that was fun to watch. And we were down there one morning swimming. This guy was out on the end of the pier and he was fishing. And his old pole was bent right over. And he was reeling in the whole time. Of course, everybody that was swimming stopped to see what the hell kind of fish he's going to have. All of a sudden, out come a man's leg. Ooh. Well, the beach was empty in a few minutes. Come to find out, payday was just before that, a night or two before that. They got in the tavern down there and played cards, and he won all the money, or a lot of it. Somebody did away with it, got the money. They found out who it was, you know, later, but
Is there anything else you want to tell us? No? You okay if people ask you questions?
oh yeah.
Anybody have questions for Lloyd?
I got one, Lloyd. When you went through gunnery school at Denver, did you go through the 13 weeks of electronics before that?
Oh yes.
Or to know how to do the remote control mechanism?
Yeah.
The remote control turrets. Went to the same school with you.
Yeah.
You want to explain that a little bit?
No, I don't know.
Any other questions?
I have a question. Uncle Lloyd, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it any different?
If you had to do it all over again, would you do it any
If
different?
I was the same age, again, I'd join the Air Force
Sure.
for two reasons. 'Cause I enjoyed it, but it was to help protect our own country.
I'm sure the town was really proud when you guys left. When you came back, did they do anything? Was there a welcome back?
No.
Did you come back at different times? Fire meeting?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because your brother got out in 53?
Tom got out early.
And Mike, if he was still with the women's basketball team, he still might be there today.
He might be there. He passed on, so he
Yeah,
might.
that might be his new job. Go ahead, Don.
Speaking of the town doing anything, there is no honor roll for Korean veterans in the town of Smithfield. So when I was trying to find out who those veterans were, my cousin was the town clerk at the time. Luckily, I was able to get in, I probably could do it now too, got into the town minutes and I found the record in the town minutes. So I brought with me today, if anyone wants to look at it, over there on the table it's open to the Korean War section of the Smithfield Veterans Binder, and you'll see a list of all the veterans who served from Smithfield. Because unlike World War I and World War II, which have honor rolls, we do not have an honor roll for the Korean War.
We have those stones down in front of the museum.
Yeah, that's true. That's for anybody who,
And I believe in Wamsville, they have a Korean marker where they have the big display of those that passed while serving. They have World War II, World War I, I believe Korea and Vietnam.
yeah. The one, you were right though, that one down here by the museum is for any veteran,
Okay.
and they don't have to have served in war. They, just anyone who served.
Any other questions for Lloyd? You want to sit here for a few minutes if people want to come up and shake your hand?
I'm ready to take anybody's.
We have cookies and juice over there if you want it. We thank you for coming. Lloyd, thank you.